one of the things I've been thinking about for a while now, but definitely lately as I'm doom scrolling on Facebook and everything, is men create their own cages. Men create their own hell. What do I mean by that? You scroll long enough, you know, between all the services, you're going to find where men are talking about how they can't talk about their problems, right? You know, because, like, they're always like, oh, you know, people don't care, people don't, you know, I can't open up to my wife or my girlfriend because they expect me to be strong. One that sticks out to me a lot, I can't remember who it was. It was a woman who ended up doing a lot of research into, like, men's mental health and, you know, men's support and stuff like that. And she tells a story about how she's doing a book signing for a book that she did talking about, like, mental health for women and, you know, outreach for women. And she's talking to this guy who's there, and he's like, yeah, it's real convenient that you don't study men, you know, because, like, he's like, you know, you just sign books for my wife and my daughters. And it's like, you know, they would rather me die on my white horse than ever fall and break down or, like, you know, be emotional or anything like that. And I'm not even going to try to say that mentality is not true, because I've personally been in situations where it's like, I feel like I cannot open up to my partner because you know, they expect me to be strong. They expect me to be stoic and, you know, all that stuff. I'm supposed to be the strength. And obviously, we can argue all day about how that's not okay. You know, if you're going to be in a relationship, you're supposed to be each other's strength. It's not a one-way street. Both of you should be able to open up. Both of you should be able to, you know, have moments of strength, have moments of weakness. That's how it's supposed to be. Like, we can have that conversation. That may be a different video. I don't know. We'll find out. Like, I'm in a much healthier position now, but it's still something I think about. And what I've realized is that you get a lot of men, a lot of shorts with, like, the music and everything, right? Where it's like, it's a bunch of guys that are going like, men can't open up. Men have so much stuff going on in their brains that the women in their life have no idea about, all kinds of stresses, and men can't open up to their women. You know who men could open up to? Other men. The only thing that stops that from happening is that men are so obsessed with this masculine, I must be tough, I don't want to look weak in front of the other men. It's that they're creating their own hell. Because, and this is, you know, certainly something that, you know, therapy helped me with, but also just kind of like I intentionally do not subscribe to a lot of those, like, you know, masculine, like, fucking men must be, no. Like, some of that programming is still stuck in my head a little bit, and I still have to deal with that, but I don't subscribe to a lot of those things. But it's like, there's nothing stopping from, like, if you and another man, or you both go through all this shit, you both feel like you cannot talk to your woman because of that, all it takes is one guy to go, hey man, how you been, how you doing? And the other guy to go, you know, actually I haven't been doing too well. I've been having this going on in my head, right? And who better to listen to you as a man talking about the stresses of work, the stresses of, you know, being a father, being a husband, you know, and someone who's going to understand those struggles and those things, and isn't going to try to demean you, isn't going to try to, you know, nitpick and, you know, all that stuff. But another man who goes through the same stuff, who can listen to you and go, hey dude, I feel you, man, I understand you. Like, that's definitely some rough shit you're going through. And then, you know, and then the reversal. the other man tells me that thing. The other man goes like, hey, dude, this is what's going on. I can go, dude, that's rough, man. I'm sorry you're going through that. Thank you for being able to open up to me, man. Hey, here's like, even just saying, even if all you do is you just spill your heart out. This is what I'm going through. This is where my brain's been at. And another, and someone else to go, dude, I hear you. I understand you. I'm validating you. That's powerful. That's insanely, like that could change lives. Men have a much higher suicide rate than women. I don't remember what the stats are, but it's like mental health is a huge thing. Mental health is something I advocate for a lot, and I have no problem talking about my emotions. This channel is obviously that. But I think men would be a lot better if they talk to each other about this type of shit more. Really talk to each other. And like, obviously, it's not going to be the same types of conversations as women have with each other, right? Because men communicate differently, men think differently. Men have, like, when it comes to stuff like that, they've been conditioned to act differently. And we can stay within a lot of those confines and still talk to each other, right? Like, I don't need all my men to sit there and, just try to, like, really get into my emotions about stuff necessarily. But hearing me, hey, dude, I validate you. Hey, dude, like, if your brain gets a little too rough, dude, you got my number. Give me a call. I'll talk you off the ledge. Because I guarantee you, if you asked 100 men, from any demographic, any background, any, like, whatever. American, I don't know about, like, other countries, but like here in America, Americanized men, if you're from any background in America, any background here, and you ask them if you were having, like, if you felt like you were about to kill yourself and you needed to call someone to talk you off that ledge, who would you call? I guarantee you 80 to 85% of those men are going to spend 30 seconds with that question. And of that percentage of men, I guarantee you half of them say no one. And the fucked up thing about that is, I guarantee you 99% of those men have a friend they could call right now, right this fucking second. And if they said, hey, dude, I think I'm about to hurt myself. I'm not in a good place right now and I need someone to talk to. I guarantee you they have 5 male friends who will literally say, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Where are you at? Or you come here. Or meet me here. Or just, okay, dude, yeah, I'm here right now. Start talking to me. And it's funny, too, because, like, you show me the toughest guy who does not want to share his emotions, who believes that that's weak. Sharing your emotions is fucking, it's feminine, it's... Andrew Tate doesn't share his emotions. Those types of guys. If one of their friends calls them and says, I need help, I can't go through this, I need someone to talk to, they're going to talk to that guy. May not be the most healthy conversation, but like that hyper masculine guy, he's not going to try to make it worse. He's not going to sit there and like, oh, stop being a pussy, anything like that. But he's going to sit there and he's going to listen. He may not know what to say, but he's going to listen. And he's going to He's gonna try. He's gonna try to be there for his friend. And that's kind of the thing. We're all willing to do it. We're all willing to hear each other out. We're all willing to listen to each other. But none of us, I don't loop myself in this because I have no problem with this. None of us are willing to talk. None of us are willing to be the one to say, hey, I need someone to talk to. And you can always tell men who've done therapy, because they are willing to talk. They are willing to open up. Because they've seen that, oh, I opened up, I talked to this therapist, and they helped me getting through it. Because the first step is just putting it out there to someone else. Sometimes all it takes is just saying it out loud to another person. That's all it takes. And it's heartbreaking sometimes. Just because I used to be this way. And it's just, I don't know. People who know me, they know that I don't believe in hypermasculinity. I think alpha males are stupid. I make fun of alpha males. I think that, that whole entire premise is so dumb and so laughable because it's all acting. But under all the bravado, under all of the posturing, there is a real undercurrent of men who are afraid to appear any form of weak, who are afraid to feel like they are any form of not strong, not tough, not brave. Every man sees himself as like the knight in armor riddled with arrows, while a child, their wife and child is, safely hidden behind them. And that's noble. That's poetic. Like, as a man, I want to be the one to protect the people in my life like that. I am the shield at your back. I am the sword at your side, right? But it's just like, men would feel so much better if they could just talk to each other, if they could just listen to each other. You don't have to open up to your wives. You should. You absolutely should, but you don't have to. Open to your men. Set up a camping trip. Once a month, once every couple months. Take a weekend. You and the boys, 3 or 4 or 5 guys, build a fucking big ass campfire. Get your steaks out and shit. Get your raw meat, eat it when it's still bloody, fucking whatever. And go around a circle and be like, hey Tom, how you been, man? Open up and listen. And then when Tom is done, you go, how you been, Dave? Open up, man. Talk to us. You go around. And then when it comes to you, and they go, hey, Eddie, open up, dude. How you been? Especially because now everybody else is, kind of primed for it. You can go, man, I've been feeling this way. The first time's going to be awkward. The second time is going to be a little more hesitant, but it's okay. Third time, you guys are going to be opening up to each other. And not only are you going to feel better about yourself, not only are you going to feel less trapped, less caged, less stressed, less alone, but you're also going to be more empowered to not talk to other people. More, when your wife is sitting there going through her shit and you don't know how to deal with it, guess what? You've been talking to the boys. You know how to listen to people. You know how to talk to people. It's there. Like, being able to open up about your situation, your life, your problems, makes it better. And I guarantee you right now, like, all the men, I can't do that. Yes, you can. You have other men you talk to. All it takes is one of you to start talking and one of you to listen. And it goes from there. So, something to think about. I mean, everybody needs their own Diamond Dogs. So, Ted Lasso fans, look at it. That's what I got for you.